My next guest was one of the big winners last weekend at UFC Vegas 82, getting it done in the very first round against Jordan Leavitt. It is Chase Hooper back here on the program. Chase, how are you?
Doing great. Obviously, nice to come out of a fight with not a ton of bumps and bruises, and yeah, a nice win, and looking forward to the next one for sure.
Yeah, and you don't get paid by the hour, right? You might as well go in there
No,
and get it done, which is awesome. Look, I know you were confident going into the fight. You've been improving a lot in between fights. Did you expect the fight to go this quickly?
no, honestly, I always go into fights expecting it to go the full 15. That's why I'm always pushing the cardio. I'm always really just trying to push the pace that whole time. That's really what I look for in fights. I feel like that's a lot harder than if you snatch something up. That's always a nice thing is that I'm able to get something earlier, and the night's easier than I'm expecting. It's the cherry on top. But honestly, I thought I don't know. You hear a lot going into the fight, and you kind of you build your opponent up a little bit. Um, but I heard everybody's like, "Oh, Jordan's so strong." Jordan's such a good grappler. When I was sawing, one of his teammates was in there talking about how on point he was, as I'd hope my teammates would if they were sawing with my opponent. But yeah, I mean, I just thought, I don't know, I thought it was going to be a lot tougher than it was. Obviously, he was a tough opponent, and I respect him. But I just felt like I had the edge in the grappling, like the IQ and stuff. I felt like I was a couple steps ahead. I didn't feel like he was crazy strong, but again, I was using my heavyweight guy when I was warming up. I was having him, grab me, body locks and stuff. Um, yeah, I mean, I felt like I was prepared for more of a war than there ended up being. So I'm happy with it.
Does it feel good knowing that you submitted Jordan faster than Paddy Pimblett did?
Yeah, I mean, that's nice. That's nice for sure. Kind of. I could definitely see that the potential for that fight in the future at some point.
Yeah.
Or I could see it maybe a little closer if Paddy loses the old T Ferg here, which I'm hoping for. Just pulling for Tony, but yeah, no, it's nice to be able to. Obviously, again, the MMA math is kind of hard to do, but it is a nice little checkup. Um, Seeing that I was able to, get a finish over a guy, that a similar opponent, in faster time than old Paddy did, and he's got a lot of clout behind him right now, and he's got a lot of push. So I think it just shows that I deserve a little bit of that back here at 55, a little more on the hype train, I guess.
Is there a bit of redemption for you as well? I mean, we go back a couple fights ago. Your last fight at featherweight, I know not the outing you wanted. It was a first round loss, and now this is 2 wins at 55. You definitely look better in the weight class. Do you kind of feel like maybe some people were kind of counting you out? Now here you are, making kind of a statement on Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, I think the fans are going to do that either way. Like, win or lose, they're going to find some reason to discount you. Which is why I try to. It's really good, honestly, to have losses like that early in your career to just kind of set the tone, and then it lets like um kind of where your ceiling was at that night. Whatever. I feel like I wasn't able to fight to my potential at 45, and even before that last one at 45, I was discussing already moving up with my coach because that weight cut is brutal. Like, and I mentioned it before, but yeah, I feel like I'm really able to reach my potential, and like I told my coach, like all of my best fights before were at 145 or we're at 55 instead of 45,
Yeah.
since I'd spent most of my time not cutting a ton of weight on the regional scene, didn't cut a ton for contender. So yeah, it was nice to be back somewhere where I'm not murdering myself to make the weight on the scales, and yeah, I feel like I'm able to reach my potential here, and I think I'm showing it. 2-0 at 55, still undefeated up here. So
There you go. Yeah, that's what I'd be talking about. You surprised you didn't get a bonus? I mean, that was a really nice win.
yeah, I mean, I didn't. It's hard because I didn't watch the rest of the card. I don't necessarily like watching fights before I'm getting ready to go out. Um, but I saw there were a ton of finishes. I was expecting it to be a night where they, handed out the 4 performance bonuses instead of the fight of the night in the 2 performance. But yeah, I mean, it sucks to not get that extra bit of money, but that's again, it's a bonus. Like, I'm not expecting it. Um, but I mean, 2 checks, I still can't complain. And coming out unhurt, is like a bonus anyways in itself. So hopefully that'll help me, get back in there a little sooner next time and maybe get a bonus that time. Who knows?
And I know you're going to need a little bit extra money because you're going to have another mouth to feed. Congrats, by the way, on becoming a dad. Did you announce that already on social media, or was that news to everyone when you mentioned that in the post fight?
No, that was the first time I said anything about it.
Oh, cool.
So,
Okay. I just wanted to make sure I didn't miss anything because that's a pretty big deal, obviously, right?
Yeah. I was just hoping the wife wasn't too mad at me when I did it, and it
Oh,
seemed like it
did
was
you
all
not
right.
ask her beforehand?
No.
What did she say after?
I don't know. She was fine with it.
Okay, cool.
She's like, "Oh yeah, you just kind of went for it." Like, yeah, my bad.
No, it's good. It's good, man. It's something to celebrate. When's the due date? Do you know that yet?
Sometime in June.
Oh, wow. Okay, gotcha.
We got a little bit.
Yeah. So still don't know the gender yet and all that too.
Yeah, hopefully bang out another 1 or 2 fights. Probably a girl. Just happens to all the fighters. We'll see.
Okay, there we go. That's great. And did you get a chance to celebrate that night after your fight, or what? Take me through post fight. I know you had to do the media and the medicals and all that.
Yeah, we got banged out the media stuff, and then we went. There's this Korean barbecue spot that we went to in Las Vegas when I was out in March with one of my buddies. Cornered him. So we went back, got some Korean barbecue. The second time it was great, and then let's see, napped for a couple hours and left for the airport at like 5 a.m. So
That's the way to
yeah,
do it. Late nights,
that's
early
I
flights,
prefer it.
man.
Yeah, that's the move for me. And then back home on Sunday, take another nap, and then back to the gym tonight. And yeah.
I don't know if you saw the news today. PFL buying Bellator. Just your reaction to that. What do you think of that? We got some more competition, it seems.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's PFL. I definitely am interested in keeping an eye on it. I saw that they are no longer going to be on ESPN though, correct?
I believe so. Yeah, I think they're looking
I
for a
think
new TV partner.
their
Yeah.
deal's ending, which is it's kind of odd for them to have that ending and then, be buying a whole nother promotion. But I'd like to see some of the cross fights that they're talking about. Talking about doing the title holders from PFL fighting in Bellator. And it sounds like they're keeping the Bellator name going instead of just dissolving the company. So
Yeah.
we'll see. We'll see how that plays out. It's a fun one.
Just as a fan of MMA, is there anyone, I mean, I know this sort of puts a damper on that, but is there anyone in Bellator or PFL that you want to see in the UFC that you think would be interesting? Because there's a few fighters, I think, maybe more than a few actually, that I think would really be intriguing if they were to make the jump to the UFC, that is.
Yeah, I think a lot of the title holders, like someone like a Patchy Mix would be great. Rufion Stotts would be great. Let's see, they're already talking about Michael Venom Page coming over. Those would be just 3 great guys that I'd love to see in the mix there. Patchy, personally being like a grappler, I like watching his style, and I'd definitely like to see him against some of the top guys.
Yeah, I'm the same way. What about you? What's on the agenda for the rest of the week? You mentioned going back to the gym. You and getting any downtime, doing any vacations? I know it's getting a little bit colder in the Pacific Northwest. And anything planned or?
Nothing too much. We'll see. Maybe try to take a trip here in early January or something. Who knows? But no, my guys got fights on December 8th here locally.
Oh, cool. Which promotion?
It's for Excite Fight. It's
Oh,
Michael
nice.
Chiesa, his coach's promotion. So that'll be a great one. Get my guys, the ones that cornered me, my guy Lando and my guy Elijah. They're going to be both having some pro fights, and we're going to have some other people on the card. But yeah, looking forward to helping those guys now. All the pressure's off me. So
Yeah, kind of play the role of coach. Do you ever have any of your fighters compete up in Canada for BFL? Because I know sometimes they'll bring some American fighters down. That's probably the closest Canadian promotion to you.
yeah, we haven't had any of our guys go up to BFL, but I know Ashton Charlton from Chiesa's camp was just up there like last month, I think.
Oh, cool.
He was a main event. He lost a decision to a tough dude from your guys' end of the
End of the spectrum.
end of the
Yeah.
woods. But yeah, I mean, it's a great promotion. I'd like to go up there and watch some of their shows sometimes for sure.
For sure. Well, hopefully, I mean, it sounds, they were talking, I think it was last week or week before. It seems like Vancouver might be another destination with them coming back again. And I know we talked about this, they got to do a card in the Pacific Northwest again. I know they did Vancouver this year, but I'd love to see Seattle. I've been pitching this for a while. They got the new rink with the Kraken. Like, how cool would that be to have an event in the Seattle?
Yeah, I think it'd be cool for, I guess not so much for me as for everybody else, like all the friends, family, all that want to watch the fights because that's pretty unattainable at the Apex with the $1,200 seats.
Is that how much they are? Jeez.
That's what they told me, and then they said like 3 grand for a couch they can sit like 2 people on.
Wow.
Yeah. Anyways,
You could buy a TV for that much and sit on your own couch, and it would still be just as good, I'm sure.
yeah. So but I mean, it'd be the same for me. I'd be in some hotel in the
That's right.
less
Yeah,
than
I
nice
guess.
part. So
Yeah, because how long's Seattle for you? It's what, a couple hours?
probably like 45 minutes, like just
Oh, well, that's not too
inconvenient
bad.
enough to where I'd want to stay up there probably.
Yeah, there you go.
But
Cool. That's awesome. Well, Chase, thanks so much for doing this again. Congratulations on the win. If there's anyone you want to thank before we get out of here, any sponsors, any social media you want to mention, I'll give you the last word.
I mean, I'm pretty good. I appreciate you having me. Yeah, just I don't know. Thanks to all my teammates that were there for me the whole camp, and yeah, looking forward to helping them out here for December 8th. And yeah, good talking to you.